MoneyPot about to start.
I know, I'm coming, man.
Yeah, grab your notepad, man, for real.
Alright, dog, fuck it, man, come on.
Yeah, man, they be spitting shit, man.
True.
Yeah.
Tie-dye
MoneyPot, money talk. All they do is talk facts. Bird gang. All they do is talk stats. 360 on the new view. Go run, tell that. 40-yard dash time. Moss Money Podcast time. S.co headline.
He makes so much, then he makes so light and he breaks it till I win feel goodbyes. Touchdown. Money.
And we are live. I want to thank everybody for coming out to the Spicy Belly MoneyPot Podcast in the building. Sorry it took so long to get ready, but we are live. We are here. And you know what? I'm going to get right into it. I did promise that we will be giving away $50 in free drinks and food. I saw a couple people tag me on.
Wait. How much?
$50. $50 in free food and drinks today. I saw a couple people tag me, like I said, on Instagram. Let me shake it up a little bit here. Let's see who we got. Who's the lucky winner? We're giving away drinks right off the bat. So I got to put it up on the gram. Let me bring it up. That number is 0103011. Please check your tickets, 0103011.
Last 301.
Check your ticket. Jimmy, can you ask those folks out there for me? 011. 011 is the ticket.
That's a nice giveaway, Nate.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm just trying to get back, man.
Can I put my ticket in there?
No. No? Nobody out there? No 011 over there? We don't have a 011? 0, wow. Okay. You know who it is? It's got to be the lady in the back. It's got to be the lady in the back. Go check. She's not here. She's not here. I can dig that. All right, so while we check on that, we'll get right into the show. B.Diddy went 9-3-3 last week. On fire. I know, I hear you, mamas. On fire out the gate for college football. I know we're a little late, but B.Diddy, give me your locks for the day so far, bro.
Yeah, man, it's 9-3-3 for the season so far. I went 3-0-2 last week with 3 wins and 2 pushes, no losses. You didn't lose no money last week. Just know that. So getting right into it, there is 3 locks that I like this week. I'm going to ride that train from last week. Miami did what they were supposed to do on the over. It was over 58 last week.
Right.
They almost hit that by themselves. Okay. So I'm going to ride that train. Miami plays Florida International. Florida International is a team that struggles on defense. Mm-hmm. Miami, they are who they are. It's tough defense, but they're going to be able to put up points. Second game back home. I like them to make sure they're making a statement at home, let them know that Miami's in the building, that turnover chain probably be in charge. I see a touchdown on defense from Miami. I got a high-scoring game, 51-21 Miami over FIU. I'm going to ride that over train until that will fall off. Okay. They're averaging over 40 points over the last 2 weeks, so let's go with that. I'm going to take Miami. Florida International over 56. Okay. What you think about that?
I like it.
Ride that train, easy money?
Easy.
Lock it in for me. Pick number 2.
Next.
Smaller school. We're going to go 6 p.m. North Texas at Liberty. Liberty is a team that's jumped up to the FBS this year. a solid offensive team, can spread the ball out. Very similar to North Texas. North Texas is a team that's always been a underrated team.
Okay.
Come out of a small conference, but this year they're showing out.
Right.
Able to move the ball around. They got a quarterback, Mason Fine, who's been throwing the ball around, got the offense at number 3 in the nation in passing ranking, averaging over 49 points a game. If y'all remember last week, that fake
What, punt?
punt catch?
Right.
Takes it to the house,
Yeah,
that one
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
So I like Northern Liberties.
Okay.
I'm sorry, not Northern Liberties. North Texas minus 11 at Liberty. Liberty just not ready yet. North Texas is a real team. It's gonna be a trouble for them to stop them on defensively as they spread the ball out. Liberty struggles defensively, and they've been tested in the air today when they play North Texas. So
Okay.
I like North Texas 48-17 North Texas.
Okay. Keep
All
going.
right.
Come on.
We're going to go 10:30 late game. My man over there, Herm Edwards, Arizona State.
Arizona State. Okay.
At Washington. Got to go up northwest to Washington. It's going to be probably a little windy out there.
Was that minus 10?
It's plus 18.
Woo.
I mean, can you not take 18 points on a Washington team that hasn't shown you anything this year?
No, they haven't. Their quarterback. I don't like their quarterback.
I think Jake Browner is a quarterback of Washington who's overrated.
I think
he
he
had
is
a great
too.
year 2 years ago.
Uh-huh.
I think he showed the true Jake Browner last year.
Okay.
But I think this year their offensive line has struggled with injuries. I think they'll probably win this game, but I think Arizona State with 18 points is way too much. I'm taking Arizona State there. Her members got these boys playing.
Yeah,
They
he
had a
does.
tough loss last week.
It was.
But I think defensively they're solid, and they're playing for Herm Edwards. They're playing for each other. And as us being ex-athletes, we know how it is when you're trying to make a statement on national television. You're going to a big team, and you want to kind of show off.
Right,
That's some
right.
tape for you.
Okay.
So I think they're going to be wilding out there. I think it's going to be a close game.
Okay.
I got a 24-27. I got it the last drive, maybe late field goal or late touchdown by Washington just because they're home. I got a 24-27 Washington, but Arizona easily
Covers.
Arizona State covers that 18.
That's
So
18?
take the 18 points.
Jeez.
Take the 18 points. Washington doesn't show you any reason why they can beat anybody by more than 20.
Hey, Jimmy, you better make sure you get your pad and paper out, man.
Late game. Restaurant probably be closed by that time. Just throw it in there. So I got a couple strong leans. So when I'm going strong leans, that means that they're not necessarily locks, but I'm right there. Something I would pick. We're looking at Virginia Tech minus 27.5 is a 3:30 p.m. game. Virginia Tech is going to be playing a struggling Old Dominion University team.
Okay.
That spread is 27.5. VTech defensively is a monster. Old Dominion cannot move the ball.
Okay.
And I think it'll be almost probably a shutout. I don't see no more than probably 7 points by Old Dominion. If not
Okay.
7, maybe 3, or even a blowout. I got that being said, maybe like a 38-3, maybe 40-42-3 type score. I see it being a complete shutout.
Okay.
So take that 27.5 VTech.
Go
Next
ahead.
game's big game in Pac-12, 8 p.m. Stanford, Oregon.
Yeah, that's a good game.
That total's too low for me.
Stanford's a problem on defense.
Defensively, they're a problem, but we're looking at Oregon and Stanford, two teams that we all know that Stanford's been tough on defense for years.
Okay.
They've obliterated over 60 points in the past 3 seasons.
Okay.
When it comes down to totals, you have 57 to over. I'm going to take the over in this game. I think Oregon has their starting quarterback back.
Okay.
I believe he's going to be able to spread the ball around. They're going to put points on the board. It's going to be a high-scoring game, probably in the 30s, maybe like 38-31. I'm not sure who's going to win this game. I love Oregon.
Right.
So I might even sneak in an Oregon pick there, depending on what the line do. But I love the over. Take the over, easy money.
Easy.
And I'm going to give you some extra leans, not locks, but just a little extra leans.
All right, go ahead.
Troy minus 4.5.
Okay.
Texas Tech, Ohio State over 76.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that's Oklahoma State over 76. Texas Tech has no defense. Oklahoma State can put up points. Texas Tech can always score. Never been a problem with them. It's going to be a high-scoring game in Oklahoma State versus Texas Tech. And then lastly, two more games, Florida, Tennessee under 46. And then TCU playing a big game against Texas. TCU has won this game over the last, 5 years, I believe.
Okay.
5 seasons.
Yeah, I like TCU.
TCU -3.
Yeah.
So I love those games. Those are my other leans. So here we go. So my locks. Running again. Miami, Florida International over 56. Lock it in. North Texas -11 against Liberty. And lastly, 10:30 game. Arizona State +18 at Washington. Get your money. Let's keep this train rolling. Like I said, we're 9-3-3 for the last 2 weeks.
That's beautiful.
That's getting money. If you take the pushes, I mean, really, we're shooting over 70% in one total. I'm making money.
Oh, yeah.
So please follow me.
I'm making money.
Oh, there we go.
That's all that matters.
That's what it's about. Get the bag.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Get the bag. So shout out for B.Diddy for the locks. Let's talk about what's coming up at the Spicy Belly. We're here now just to do an intro, give you one-on-one betting, understanding what betting is, understanding how to read the lines. I like to compare betting to the stock market, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But we're down here at Spicy Belly, 3847 Terrace Street. Come check us out. We'll be here for the next hour. We have every third Saturday. We're coming back to the Spicy Belly during the during the month. Next month, we're going to have a special guest. We're going to have actually Tim Miller from the Chaotic Hypnotic Game Show. He's the host. He's going to be a hypnotist here. I don't know if I'm going to get hypnotized, but he's going to be here, which is going to be crazy dope, crazy different, to bring some excitement to the crowd. After that, we have a self-defense guy. He's an instructor for Krav Maga. He's going to show people how to kind of defend themselves. He's going to bring in some props, some fake knives, some fake handheld weapons, and show people how you can defend yourself if you ever get in that situation.
Absolutely.
Then we have one of the homies who's in the crowd, quarterback guru, who's going to come in and speak a little bit about the Philadelphia, not movement, but his ACE training program, and what things he's doing in the community. That's great.
Nice.
We got some special people coming in, man, to come talk.
Nice.
And have a good time here.
I'll be having a good conversation with those guys.
Oh, absolutely. Once again, we actually gave away our first prize.
$50.
I think it was a nice little lady back there who got 2 free drinks on MoneyPot Podcast. So we want to keep it going. Come out and support the show. You can follow me on MoneyPotPodcast.com. You can go to Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We're all over the place. YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Secure the bag, man.
MoneyPot.
So I wanted to do a little break, but since we're running a little bit behind time, let's just keep the show going. We're going to talk about one-on-one teaching. Hold on. I did say we were giving away some stuff today, didn't I?
You did say that.
Okay, now hold on. Let me give away something else.
Where we going this time? What we getting?
We're giving appetizers away now.
Ooh, food. I'm hungry. I'm so
food. I see a couple people looking at their ticket, getting ready. Getting ready. Let me see what we got here. Ticket number is 0103005. 5.
Oh,
5. We got a lucky winner.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Hold up. This isn't rigged.
Wait a minute.
This isn't rigged. We got a winner in a Money Pot shirt. Mrs. Moss money, by the way.
There we go.
Jimmy, give her a free appetizer, please, or I guess her bill's on me, huh?
For the family.
I guess her bill's on me already. So I don't know if that counts, but we'll take it. All right, you pass me them cards, bro? Let me show these Jones real quick. All right, so
deep too.
Yeah, man. So, like I said, we're going to do a quick one-on-one teaching about how to bet. So, when you hear people talk about they bet a unit, the standard for betting in Vegas is $100. Whenever you see anything over $100, that's called the juice. So, if you see minus 110, minus 120, 130, even minus 225, that means there's an overwhelming money on that $100 where you have to pay extra just to have who Vegas considers the favorite, which is called the juice. And this is how casinos make their money, because every standard bet in Vegas is $100. So in other words, if you see something like the Eagles, I think the Eagles are minus 275, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're minus 275. So you have to bet $275 to win $100 when you do what we call the money line. Now there's also called the spread, where you see minus 6, minus 3.5. like B.Diddy was saying earlier, TCU, I think, is just -3 against Texas or minus 18 for another game that he did mention. That means that team has to win by that many points for you to cover the spread. So sometimes you'll see -120, you'll see EV, which means even money. So when you bet that game, you'll have to have either $100 equals $100 or -120, which is betting $120 to win $100. But it's just because the odds are different, because on the money line you're just paying for them to win versus them covering the spread, which is also an acronym from ATS.
And that's straight betting only.
So I had ran to Delaware today just to show people the cards of what you can do in Delaware. We have parlay cards, we have teaser cards, we have super teaser cards, and on the back of every card are the odds payouts. So for parlays, you actually have to do against the spread, which are half-point parlays. So say if you bet 3 teams, you get 6 to 5 to 1, which is mean for every $100 you bet, you could win $650. So on super teasers, those are what we call changing the line. It's counting what casino you go to, but sometimes it's 6 points or 6.5. Typically it's 6.5 points, which is meaning, so right now the Eagles are favored by -7. If I would put the Eagles in a teaser and tease them down, they would be -0.5 point, meaning they just have to win the game just for me to make that bet. But it takes 2 teams to make a teaser. And on the teaser bets, for 3 plays, that's 12 to 5 on your odds. I don't have a calculator, so I don't know those odds off me. So stick with me. Super teasers, I believe what are 10 points?
Super teaser 10 points.
Yeah. So for super teasers, you actually get 10 points on your money, but the odds are lower. So for 4 plays, it's actually 11 to 5. A lot of people like to do super teaser because it really changes the odds in your favor. So it's really hard in the NFL to do to cover big spreads and big points. Now here's a special one that they always do there. It's called the 100K parlay card. You know what? I should get paid by Delaware for advertising.
I'm thinking the
all
same
this
thing.
jazz.
I was staring off like, man.
Like I'm giving them a lot of love on the casino love. But it's 15 for 15. You go 100 grand. Now. I'm not a big fan of parlays because they're very hard to hit, and this is why if you hit 15 plays for 15 plays, it's 100 grand. That is crazy hard to hit. I don't think I've ever heard of anybody hitting it yet.
Well, it was a story of a guy that had 14 out of the 15 going into the Monday night game. And unfortunately, the Monday night game lost. But what he didn't do is hedge his bet.
Okay, tell him what hedge the bet. Go ahead.
So is a certain amount of time where you can hedge bets as you're betting throughout the game and you're seeing what's going on. So, for instance, say you do a 15-team parlay to win 100 grand, which is almost impossible to actually do. That's why they're actually offering it. But this one guy had an opportunity to win the 100 grand where he had went 14 of 15, had one more game to go on a Monday night game. I can't remember what the game was. But that game had ended up losing. But he was going to win 100 grand anyway. So hedging your bet means is if he was to win, he would win 100 grand. If he was to lose, he wins nothing. So why not hedge your bet and put a lot of money on the opposite of that one game? Because either way, either come in with 100 grand or maybe even 20 grand. If you lose, you get 20. If you win, you get 100. Either way, it'd be possible that you can win on that end. So that's what hedging is doing. You just hedge your bet to possibly either break even or possibly to even make money on the other side. In that case, he could have made money. Sometimes if you're losing, you see things going, you'll hedge it to the opposite end so you can break even or just lose the juice, which you were just talking about.
So make sure when you guys go, one of the best strategies of betting is actually looking for trends, looking for different, I don't want to say strategies, but you let people like myself, like B.Diddy, the homie Steve-O. Shout out to my co-host, the homie S-Dot, who couldn't make it today. But you listen to us. Let us do the work for you. Let us pick the games that we feel are comfortable, that we feel comfortable in, and that we feel are legit, tip the scales of about 75% chance that this game is going to fall out the way that we feel that we predict. So let us do the work for you, and then do your own research,
Right.
and looking for those games. Look for trends. Here's an easy trend that a lot of people do: West Coast traveling east or East Coast traveling west. That travel does kind of catch up with people. It's tough for people to make that kind of trip and then still perform on Sunday. Another trend is who has really good home field advantages. Like the Eagles have an underrated home field advantage. I think in the last year in the link, only about 14 points against.
Yeah, about that.
About somewhere around there, about 13 or 14 points players have averaged playing against us. So you use your tools, use YouTube, use obviously MoneyPot Podcast. Follow us on SoundCloud, Facebook, Instagram, and everything across the board to get the information that you need to make the best sound bet. You got any other kind of strategies?
No, I mean, you have a lot of applications out there, a lot of scoring apps that you see that shows spreads and lines. For me, I use Scores that shows me scores and covers. Those are two apps that I use that shows me the spreads and shows me trends that are going on throughout the game. You want to also look at weather.
True.
That could be big when it comes down to totals. What other trends that you can look at? Who's hot? Who's running hot at the moment?
Right.
That's sometimes a good trend to follow.
Reports coming out of camps and practices.
And injury reports.
Definitely.
Injury reports are key.
Definitely.
Especially when you're gambling. Make sure you know what the injury reports are. It could be a center. It could be a quarterback, your running back. Eagles, for me, we got a lot of injuries. That's something we'll talk about later in the segment of what we think about this game. But trends are key to picking.
And people who think that gambling is a very high risk thing, it is a very high risk.
Absolutely.
But I compare it to like stocks, right? When you make a wager, you're basing it on facts and intuitions that you have, so you can make the best educated. It's still a guess at the end of the day.
Absolutely, yeah.
So gambling comes as obviously fast money, and obviously stocks are a long-term type of investment. So you can never lose money in the stock market. But let's not forget that people that hit that recession bubble, they lost a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you can still lose money in the stock market. But in sports betting, an unreal year, you're getting about 62 to 65% return. Stock market is more like 70% on the long term.
Right.
Though. So that's how I like to compare betting. It's a very educated risk using the facts and the intuition that you have.
And most importantly, gamble responsibly. I think that's most important. Please don't gamble money you don't have. That's not a good thing to do. So we're not advertising that. I think we both gamble because we can gamble. So if you can gamble,
because we can gamble,
please do.
I got two kids, man. I don't know if I should be gambling.
Oh, your name is Money Moss. What you mean?
I try my best. So we're gonna give away 2 more free drinks, man. We're gonna keep the thing going. Let's see here. What we got here? 10. I said it wrong. 0103003. 003.
003.
Yeah, we got another winner. I think the system is rigged. First the wife and now the sister.
Hey.
Where's Jimmy at? If I give her 2 drinks, she might be double fisting, man. I don't know about that one. I don't know. But shout out to the crowd. Give them 2 more drinks.
Thanks for coming out.
Let's get into these birds, man.
Whoo. This feels good when you hear it, right?
Down, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our eagles fly. Fly, eagles fly, on the road to victory. L-E-S, Eagles!
Every time you hear that, man, you know something good happened, right?
Yeah, man.
Every time.
Hold on, I'm not done yet.
Poor me, Mizak, a.k.a.
The boy is back.
The boy is back.
The boy is back. Carson Wentz is back in the fold, number 11. The kid is back, man. How you feel about that, man? With all the injuries, torn ACL, torn LCL, it's going to be, you know what I mean? There's reports coming out that Will they let him go all out? Will they not? I don't know. What you think?
I mean, we've been discussing this over the last few weeks, especially on the MoneyPot Podcast. You guys already know that I've said, and those that follow, that I was okay with Carson being out for the rest of the month. Okay. And if we can just squeak out 2 and 2, we'll be okay. So I'm not necessarily a fan, Nate.
Really?
I just think that
You think we're rushing him?
I think we're not necessarily rushing. Okay. I think he can still use those 2 weeks off.
Right.
But I think right now our offense is not right now injury-wise. Left tackles hobbled with Jason Peters being hobbled.
Peters is playing.
He's playing, but he's hobbled.
Okay.
Well, you know how it is when you have an injury.
I do.
Jason Peters over the last three seasons has been in and out the lineup.
Okay.
So I think offensively our running backs are down, our receivers are down. So we're kind of putting a lot on the shoulder to come right out, and I think we're expecting a lot too. So I think I would have waited, but we pushed it. Coach Peterson felt like it was the best move, and hey, let's rock out. So I'm gonna support it. Hey,
of course.
I hope he stays upright, and let's keep it going.
So what do you want to see from Wentz? What do you think you want to see from Wentz in this game?
Progression. I mean, he has had no off season. He's had no live contact.
Right.
I just want to see him make the right reads, limited turnovers.
Okay.
Don't do too much. Slide, and get rid of the ball. Take less hits. And I'm hoping that the O-line gets together and make sure they protect him because he's going to need it.
What do you think about Jordan Matthews?
I think Jordan Matthews here in this system is excellent.
So you like the move?
I like it. Why not? We need it. I mean, why not? He had a baby, right? He's been out for about a year now. He ain't really played no basketball.
I guess that's
football,
news.
Sorry. He went to Buffalo. He said
that
that was the reason why he ended up having a baby because he was in Buffalo.
I saw that. Every Eagle that goes to Buffalo is just dying.
Right. So I like it coming back here to a system. Got a quarterback that he loves. I think Carson loves him. Put him in a slot. He dropped some passes, but I think overall he'll be okay in our system. I like him here.
Yeah, I think the reason why they brought him back was that he's a good locker room guy.
Absolutely.
He follows what he's supposed to do. He's not a distraction. And then he's a Carson Wentz guy. You know what I mean?
Right. He toes the line.
Yeah. But also when he left, I think that affected Wentz because they had a close relationship. You know what I mean? With his rookie year. So it's not the worst move. I think there was maybe some other names that you could have did out there, Flash. But I mean, it is what it is. That's why they pay those guys the big bucks.
Let's pause real quick.
Pause.
How does the Patriots do it every year? How do the NFL and teams in the NFL allow the Patriots to continue to make moves like a 5th round pick for Josh Gordon?
I mean, I threw it out there that's what I thought he was worth.
Okay. So you telling me nobody else could have did better? Detroit?
I mean, they could.
No other team could have said, you know what? I'm gonna give you a 4th round pick.
But they, you know what it is though. He's got so much history, so much baggage. Nobody really wanted to touch him. I think the 49ers came out and they said they did a deep dive into the history, but at the same time, I mean, they just didn't feel like it was the right thing for the organization. So, they went with a good head coach, obviously legendary at that. A good foundation who can kind of support him. I've already heard they put Josh Gordon's locker right next to Tom Brady's locker.
Right.
So, I mean,
he's in the right situation. Absolutely.
Oh, he's in a beautiful situation.
You can't deny that, but I just don't understand how these teams in the NFL allow that to happen. I mean, that's exactly what Tom Brady needed this year.
When Edelman comes back, Flash gets up to speed. Chris Hogan, Gronk. Whew.
Come on.
Whew. It's all for Jacksonville.
Come on.
It's all
How does Jacksonville not block that? Just Jacksonville give him a 4th round.
Hey, Jimmy, the lucky lady over there got 2 drinks. There's 2 of them. The one in the tracksuit. Yeah, the one in the tracksuit. Make sure she gets one on us.
If I'm Jacksonville, I'm blocking that. I'm doing better than with the Patriots. They're your only block from getting possibly to the Super Bowl.
Right. You
know what I mean? So anyway,
it's all good,
back to them Birds, man.
So I know Clement has said he's going to play.
Hope so.
They brought back was it not Josh Adams? Is that his first name?
Yeah, Josh Adams, yeah.
They brought back Josh Adams, which a lot of people didn't think he should get cut. I think Smallwood leads us in carries, and I think Clement just kind of comes in a little bit here and there if he's banged up, especially if we're winning. What do you think with knowing that in terms of your running back and having a sound run game is crucial to protecting Wentz? What do you think of that play? You think they have a lot of faith in Smallwood? They've always had coming out of West Virginia.
True.
So what do you think about that whole dynamic right there?
The good thing about this, which is our third running back, our fourth running back, and now a guy coming in, will be our fifth running back, is that besides Josh Adams,
right,
Smallwood and Clement has had significant time in this offense.
Okay.
So, we've seen Clement actually almost possibly be MVP of the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Playing great. And we've seen Smallwood have flashes. So I think overall it's okay. It's not like, we just brought Josh Adams in and saying, hey, here you go.
Right.
Hope you can do something. But it's more like these guys have experience, so I'm okay with that. They're still our third, fourth, and fifth string running back.
So what do you think are the keys to give me the keys to the game and give me a score?
Keys to the game is ball control. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm a diehard Eagles fan. I think the point spread is a lot because of what we're dealing with right now.
Right.
We got Wentz coming off of coming into a game he hasn't played in almost a year. Our O-line with Jason Peters being hobbled a little bit. You know how we are there. Running back issue down to our third and fourth string. Receivers were down to our third and fourth string.
Okay.
Defensively, our D-backs looked ridiculous last week against Fitzmagic. Our D-line didn't look well against Fitzmagic and the Buccaneers, who, mind you, we marked as an automatic win before the season.
We definitely did.
So I think we spoke about that last week. That
yes.
Checkmate on the Eagles for not being prepared.
Right.
So I'm a little cautious. Andrew Luck looks pretty good.
He does.
Defensively, they got a guy. Shout out to the MEAC, small MEAC conference. That's the FCS where I played in the MEAC. So a guy named Leonard plays linebacker for the Indianapolis Colts is flying around the field. I think he has almost 30 tackles in the first 2 weeks. 19 last week from South Carolina State.
Hold on, I gotta ask somebody in the crowd. Birdman, who plays for the Colts from LaSalle? There you go.
Zaire Franklin. Okay.
So we represent over here too,
hey,
bro.
Listen, hey man, small conferences, man. HBCU. Shout out to all the HBCUs out there.
Right.
So I think we got our hands full. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be actually a last-minute drive to win, maybe possibly by a field goal. So
that's interesting. Give me a score.
Most likely like a 24-27 type game. Yeah.
27-24, bro.
Oh, wow. Did I read that?
You might have. You might be cheating, man. Come on now.
No, sir. No,
Come
sir.
on,
I think we just we are no same wavelength. We've been like that.
Right. So I agree with everything you said. I think the game is in the trenches.
Absolutely.
I think if with Peters back, that should improve our offensive line. Obviously, defensive line should still get back. Yeah. Luck still throws picks. He has 3 picks on the year in 2 games, with only 4 touchdowns. Marlon Mack for the Colts is out. They still can't run the ball. If we can rattle Luck, we can win the game. But I do think they will score. I think Luck has come back kind of full circle to being that Andrew Luck. I like the Birds, 27-24.
I think I agree.
Could be a shootout.
Only thing about Andrew Luck is that I've heard that he hasn't thrown anything over 40 yards so far. So if we get dinked and dunked all day, working that time off the clock, I think it could be a trouble problem for us.
So they should have beat Cincy.
Absolutely. It was a fumble away.
Yeah, they should have beat Cincy. They could easily be 2-0 right now. So they're better than what I think people are giving them. I think a lot was on because Luck was out 2 years. But I think that
this is also another thing to think about too. Washington last week was -6.
Yeah, I
Eagles
love the Colts.
are -6.5.
They're 7. The line went up.
So the line went up to now 7.
Yeah, it's -7.
I think the back-to-back away games, I think people are like looking at that like, oh, it's so bad. It's early in the season.
Super early.
It's week 3, so the back-to-back away games and traveling, these guys are still fresh. If it was middle of the season where it's like, I don't really feel like it, or you start getting that little monkey on your back when you're starting to play all these games week in and week out, it's still early. Andrew's like a child right now. He gets to play football again. So
right.
I think we're not going to get no problems with them coming in here and wanting to play and giving us a game. I just think 7 points is way too much. But, hey, with the line moving to 7, that's actually telling you the Eagles are going to blow these guys out.
Yeah. No, I like the Birds. I don't know if they blow them out, but I like the Birds to win. And we'll go right. We'll take that segment right into my picks. You get your picks. So it's my turn.
Here we go.
Before I get into the picks, you know what? I think we lost some of the crowd. We had people outside who were waiting. I think they left. I think people in the back had left. We got one table left. So, Jimmy, I think those guys' drinks on that table are showing the MoneyPot Podcast.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
Hey. What about your co-host, though? Does he get a drink?
You got some water next to you, bro. Come on, man. You got some water next to you, man.
Some water? Here we go.
You cool, man. We are. So over the last 2 weeks, I'm 6-4 against the spread. Last week was tough.
Yeah.
Went 2-3, but I'm looking for 4-0 this week. I got 4 locks.
Okay, I'm about to write it down.
Going with my first lock, and we just talked about it. Bird game. Give me the Birds on the money line.
And what is that? Let me see.
Minus 275.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think it's going to be back and forth. Like you said, Wentz didn't play in the offseason. He has limited practice, so there's a lot of reports that his arm looks good, that he looks good. But I think there's some holes in our secondary. I think Mills has regressed a little bit. I think there's going to be some dink and dunk underneath just because the fact that they're going to be so scared to get beat over the top from last week.
Right.
So I think he'll be able to move the ball on us. They won't be able to run the ball, I'll tell you that.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So, but I think he'll do enough to be able to pass the ball. I like the Eagles' money line.
Minus 283.
I think it's minus 275. But you know what you could do with the Eagles? You could put them in a teaser, right? You could tease them right down
to 0
to just to win the game.
Yeah.
But you need to, obviously you need something on the second half.
And there's plenty of that.
Yeah, and that's plenty of that around.
Yeah, I would love to. Yeah, absolutely.
Next game is not against the popular demand here. A lot of people like Cincy. I love Carolina.
I love Cincy.
I like Carolina in the spot, bro.
This is my pick.
This was your pick? Oh. Cincy is a very good team, bro. I'm not going to deny it. But Mixon is huge for them to be out. We've already seen what Cincy can do with Bernard. And Bernard has never been a lead back.
Facts.
He's never been able to run in between the tackles to control the game. Now, obviously, A.J. Green is a problem. And everybody understands A.J. Green is a problem. But look what Cincy did to Julio. They were able to kind of bottle up Julio as well and keep him under wraps. I think they're going to do the same thing.
Oh, you mean Carolina, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Carolina.
Okay.
I apologize. Yeah, Carolina. So I like Carolina here. I think it's a good spot at home. I think Mixon being out, give me Carolina minus 3.
All right, I'm going to write it down, man. I don't know.
And
minus 3.
And like we said before, a good betting trend is when teams have to travel west to east. I like Baltimore at home against the Denver Broncos. I think Case Keenum is banged up with his knee a little bit there. He's hurting. They could easily be 1-1. They barely won that game against Oakland last week. I like Baltimore in this spot. They played a Thursday night game. They got 10 days to prepare. I think Baltimore's defense is stout. I don't think Case Keenum has figured it out in that offense yet. They have a limited run game. Give me Baltimore in an easy win, in my opinion.
At minus 5, so you're seeing what what's your score there?
I didn't write the score.
I mean, what do you think?
But I mean, you
said easy win, so I'm
Smoking Joe has been going, so I can easily see a
2 touchdown.
Yeah, almost 24 type 14 game.
Okay.
I think they can win by double digits.
5 is big though, but they're home.
Yeah, I like them with the extra time to prepare.
Okay.
I'm not scared of Denver's offense.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And Baltimore's defense is balling. Baltimore's defense is only letting up like they blanked somebody last week. What? No.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, they got smacked in the mouth by Cincy last week on Thursday.
Yeah, they did.
But they did fight though. That's why.
No.
They fought to the end.
And his receiving core is doing a lot better than I thought. it would be.
But they allowed AJ Green to go off.
But who doesn't let AJ Green go off?
I mean,
it's AJ Green,
three
bro.
touchdowns though. Is that like career?
Yo, it's AJ Green.
I mean, I like the pick. I like the pick.
So
Emmanuel Sanders coming in town, Thomas coming in town.
Right.
Case Keenum can sling the ball, so it's something to think about. But they had, like you said, I think it was key. They had 10 days to prepare. Since they played a Thursday ago, so that's key.
You're not gonna like this. Let me go to my other lock.
Mm-hmm.
We all gonna love this lock. I like Seattle at home against Dallas.
All right. Why are you picking these games that I feel like I wouldn't touch?
Because I think it's because of the trend. Russell Wilson is 38-10 at home. You know what I mean?
I mean, what I saw from them last week, man.
I know. It's going to be they're different at home. They've always been different at home.
Oh man,
it's always a problem for them at home. I like Seattle on this spot. You're telling me I'm getting what top 3 best home field advantages with only a 1.5?
Listen, I'm not going against the pick. I just want them. This is one of them games that I'm like, I don't know.
You don't want to touch it.
Yeah, I just can't touch it. It's for me as far as being.
I feel you.
The guy is handicapping it. I can't. I just think I don't know. One, what Dallas is going to show up, what Dak's going to show up, and then 2, man, that O-line for Seattle, bro, and they got to go against a great defensive line of Dallas. Like, can Russell even get the ball off?
I mean, has Russell ever had a good offensive line? Like, really? He's always had Lynch.
But I've never seen Russell like he did last week.
It's early. Give me Seattle.
So, and I was, well, I'm respect the pick, but one thing I am saying, I was going to say this to you this week anyway, is Russell aging?
No, I don't think so. I think he's first. Him and Pete Carroll need to get back on the same page.
Well, you can forget that because Pete Carroll has not much left in Seattle.
And then I think that they need a new GM to start drafting a little bit better. Sure. Because they haven't been drafting well, and they've been letting him run around for God knows how long.
So Russell's not Asian.
I actually had Russell as a dark horse for the MVP this year because that's all they got.
You can scratch that.
You can scratch that. You can scratch that. So here are so I just gave you 4 locks there. Eagles money line, Carolina straight up, Baltimore straight up, and give me Seattle straight up. Now here's the 2 leans. One that you might really like. Give me San Fran on KC. I think this is a good spot for San Fran.
Very interesting.
I think that a lot of people are going to be on KC, as they should, because Mahomes is playing out of his mind right now.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
But give me Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm still not high on Mahomes. It's only been 2 games.
10 touchdowns ain't good enough for you?
But it's only been 2 games.
I get it.
It's not sustainable. It's like Watson, right? When he had that run, everybody was like, "Oh, Watson is crazy." But it's like, look at him now.
Yeah, but that's different. That's after post injury.
That's true. But everybody thought the same, that he was just going to come back and tear it up. I think Mahomes kind of comes back to earth.
Okay.
I think Jimmy G cars him up.
Well, wait, hold on. You say come back to earth. I mean, we don't know Mahomes. Like this is what we know of Mahomes right now.
This is true. I think my thought was that
he's playing out of his mind.
He would have double-digit picks this year.
Okay.
And I don't think
he has none.
He has none, right? So when I saw him in the preseason, I didn't see what I'm seeing now. Maybe because the offense was vanilla and they really opened it up for him from Andy Reid.
And the trend was, he's such Brett Favre-like, right? And we know Brett Favre to throw a lot of picks too.
I never took that into account because he's a different player than Favre. He's a completely different player than Favre, so I never took that into any type of account. And plus, you're talking about a Hall of Famer.
So just talking about that game, because I've been looking at this game, San Fran and Chiefs.
Right.
And I think a lot of the money is actually thinking that the Chiefs are going to kind of slip here.
Yeah.
But they're at home.
True. Arrowhead is a tough place.
San Fran got to go. You're talking about go across the country.
Here's your teaser. Mm-hmm. Eagles, KC. 2-team teaser.
I like it. I mean, I like KC. Because I think, one, they're at home, and 49ers did not show me enough to end the game last week against Detroit at home. And I thought the way they ended that second half, where Detroit almost came back.
That's what Stafford does, though. He always does that. He's second half king.
Got you. But that defense just showed vulnerability to the pass game, and that's what KC does.
True.
Speed. So I mean, yeah, I'm plus 6.5 can be. I think a lot of people are actually leaning on that. If I look at the public on that line right there,
there's a lot of people who like that. It's just, you know what it is? It's because a lot of handicappers and a lot of people out there are saying that they like San Fran, so the public is following that trend.
I'm seeing that. Okay.
Yeah. So I do like San Fran. And in another spot, I like Oakland against Miami. I don't see Oakland going 0-3.
Oh, John Gruden hopes he doesn't go 0-3.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I just don't see him going 0-3. And that's the only reason why I like that game. Okay. You know what I mean?
Miami's been showing a lot though, but I haven't really seen them. Miami
though. How? I don't know. I don't know how they win.
I can't see.
I mean, I look at it right now. Who did they beat?
They beat
Tennessee and the Jets, the Titans and the Jets. That's who they beat. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, this is going to be a real test for them.
Yeah. I mean,
against Oakland.
+3 at mine. They got once again. It's another one that we talked about road games.
Yeah, no, I just don't see them going.
I
don't see Oakland going 0-3. I think Oakland's a better team than 0-3.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So I have a strong lean.
They got to stay to the running game too.
Yeah, so 2 strong leans to San Fran, 2 strong leans to Oakland. Locks are.
I'm so surprised you ain't say this one game.
Go ahead.
Is that all your locks?
Yeah, that's it.
The Patriots this week. Are you kidding me? If you don't jump on this line at 6.5 right now, oh damn it! I missed it. It's 7 already.
Yeah, I see it at 7 against Detroit.
Like New England's gonna beat the brakes off of Detroit.
Well, see, the thing is that I think the biggest trend is right when they lose off a loss. Belichick is what, like 120. You know what I mean, against a loss.
Right.
But I Detroit is terrible, and I completely agree. But New England doesn't have a pass rush. So if you give Stafford time, he's going to be able to carve you up. And that's my only problem. I think New England wins, but I don't know if they win by a touchdown. I think Detroit is going to be able to score points in this game.
Now, for 100% sure, New England will be on my tees this week. 100%.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of people teasing New England.
100%. And Vegas and all the bookmakers are praying that Detroit somehow covers this. For sure.
Of course.
So
that's a sweat right there.
That line just finally moved up over all week to 7.
Right.
And it probably go up to 7.5 by kickoff.
Okay.
But what's going to happen is you're going to have all them games going out through the 1 o'clock and the 4 o'clock games.
Right.
And people are going to smash that line for the late game. I promise you.
I can dig it. I mean, I'm not mad at that bet, but
definitely 100% is going into my tees. And I will lose. And if I lose with that, I'm fine with it.
Okay.
But definitely going to beat on that.
Hey, how you doing in college so far? Before we end the show, bro.
All right, let's look at it, man. Let me take a
look.
It wasn't real quick. So, I got a lot of 3:30 games. The locks are all 3:30 in pass games, but I had some early. Well, first off, let's start last night. I did take Washington State plus 4.5 at USC, which covered, and I also took the over 50. I think it was like 51. Which also covers. So we start the weekend off pretty good there. Earlier I took Navy, which last time I checked they were losing. And let me just double check what else I had. I had Georgia. So let me just double check these scores.
So while you're looking at those scores, I'm going to give you guys some quick fantasy and DraftKings.
Georgia's up 20-7, third quarter early. The spread was minus 14.5.
What's Georgia up?
20-7 with the ball going in, about to get into the red zone. Yep.
Driving.
And
Georgia.
Navy's down 3.
Georgia.
Third quarter, mid-third. Still got some time.
Yeah. So on I do like for fantasy real quick before we end the show. I'm trying to think here. I don't know why people don't like Rodgers, man.
Just if he's hurt, man. And he's traveling to Washington.
You know what? I'm opposed to who I like for fantasy football because I got like 3 or 4 people looking at me that I'm playing in fantasy football, and I'm going to stop right now.
Can I tell you what I like, though? I do.
Go ahead.
Got some sleepers.
Go ahead.
I like Fitzmagic to keep going, bro. I love Fitzmagic to keep going against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh
that's a good call. That's a good call. D-Jack, too. He'll be out.
Who? Fitz? But injured?
What, Winston?
Oh no, that's a wrap. He's over like Tyrod Taylor. Winston's not coming back. If Fitz throws up like another 4 in a game, there's no way you can bring Winston back.
No, you got to hold the high hand. If they start 3-0, there's no way.
But the thing is, that's their
Okay.
Your future is to win. Future's to win.
They think they can win now.
Like,
they think they can do
if they go to Pittsburgh and he does what he does, which he probably will because Pittsburgh's defense is trash. There's no way you can kind of go back.
I was so wrong on that call last week.
Right. Yes.
So wrong.
Yes. The other one is Christian McCaffrey. I think he's going to get a lot of touches again in that Cincy game.
Yeah.
He flared out. He probably have at least
definitely.
over 6-7 catches. He's going to probably
I like Jimmy G.
You like Jimmy G?
I like Jimmy G. And Kittles.
And Adam Thielen. I think he's going to have like 6-7 touches.
You know what?
Buffalo.
Check out Murray. I think Latavius Murray might be a good pick. I think like 2 or 3 he could get 2 or 3 touchdowns because I think they go up big, and then I think they run out. I don't think they cover that spread because I don't know, man. Buffalo is terrible.
Yeah, Buffalo's horrible. Yeah.
I'm
taking Vikings.
I just gave out a nugget. I said Latavius Murray. Somebody said it's Dalvin Cook out, and he's checking his fantasy. That's it. Done. Make sure you come back. I think the next show is October 19th down here at the Spicy Belly. We will have Tim Miller. What's up?
Do you think anybody in the audience want to have any games they want to ask us about? You think?
So a lot just happened right there, because my son's birthday was the same day I'm going to do a show. So,
will it be a special guest?
Special guest.
Nice. There we go. Mom approves.
Mom approves.
Do you think anybody in the audience want a question about any games, or what you think?
Anybody in the audience have a question about the game?
Any games you're looking at?
Any games looking at? Betters? I don't know. We got some new fathers and stuff out there. Yeah. I don't think.
Demaryius Thomas or Randall Cobb?
Cobb.
You gonna go Cobb? Yeah,
I'll go Randall Cobb.
Yeah. I go Cobb.
Yeah, Demaryius hasn't. We haven't seen it with him and Keenum yet.
18 points in week 1.
And then week 2.
6.8.
But see, my thing is,
Yahoo.
my thing is, I think that Baltimore is going to kill Denver.
Baltimore's defense tough.
Yeah, like Baltimore defense is tough.
I'll go Cobb versus Washington.
Because I like, a lot of people don't like Green Bay in that game. A lot of people like Washington for some reason. But I like Green Bay in that spot. I can't bet against Rodgers, even though he has one leg. You know what I mean? Like, because to me, like I said last week, if Green Bay gets up on Washington, Alex Smith doesn't have enough to come back in terms of playing from behind.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I like Green Bay in that spot right there. So once again, October 19th, I think I'll be here. My son's birthday is that day, so we'll figure it out. Tim Miller from the Chaotic Hypnotist Show will be here. Hypnotist, I can't promise if I will get hypnotized or not, maybe just for the camera. Remember to check me out, www.moneypoppodcast.com. We're going to go to Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, on all platforms.
Follow us.
We'll have another $50 giveaway the next time we're here. The homie B.Diddy, I want to thank everybody for coming. Special shout out to the Spicy Belly, 3847 Terrace Street, the homie Jimmy. Good food, good drinks, good atmosphere. The homie behind the camera, Mikey White, who was late as hell, but we love him anyway. You know what I mean? Thanks for everybody for coming, man. We out of here.
Appreciate it.
Hey. I ain't have to use sound for a clap.
MoneyPot Podcast. No, I'm coming, man. Yeah, grab your notepad, man, for real. Fuck it, man, come on. Yeah, man, let me spit shit, man. Hey, come on, man. MoneyPot, money's top.